mathematical modeling for the process which we have studied as a part of your this course. Okay, so there is first technique which is mentioned in your syllabus, that is the slab method. So we will come directly to the slab method. Okay, yes. ठीक है. So in this slab method na you can do modeling for all your metal forming processes. So that way you can understand that these techniques which has been mentioned in your syllabus, that slab method, upper bound, lower bound, or FEM, okay, all these techniques can be applied to all your metal forming processes. Okay, so if you want to apply any of this method, then if you want to apply these method to all metal forming processes, the teaching will take 40 to 50. So but we will selectively discuss only 2-3 processes for one technique. Okay, like for slab method we will discuss open die forging, and if time permits, then I will also discuss some modeling of some more processes also. Okay, so let us come to the modeling of open die forging process. Okay, open die or closed die. I think all of you remember that under forging process, what we actually do basically, there is upper die, there is lower die. Okay, let me open that diagram which was just a minute. Okay. So leave it, it is taking time. So I think all of you remember that under forging process we have one upper die, then there is lower die. Upper die is generally called as punch, and lower portion is called as die. Okay, whether it is open die forging or closed die forging, we are having a workpiece. Okay, this you may call your work billet or workpiece, which is being compressed between two die, that plate 1 and plate 2. Okay, so consider a rectangular block here. There is a rectangular block which is being which is under the action, which is under forging process. Okay, so this block of dimension having height h and width b. Okay, so dimensions of this rectangular block are width b, height h, and this length is b, height is h, and width w, which is not visible in this rectangular block, but consider the width of this rectangular block is w. Okay, and it is being compressed by two plates, plate 1 and plate 2. And for modeling using slab method, what we have to do, actually we have to discretize your rectangular block. So we discretizing means we are dividing this rectangular block into small strips. Okay, so all the strips are not shown for clarity. There is only one strip is shown here and another strip is shown here. Okay, so if we try to understand that since this is a rectangular block and which is under the compressive stresses because of force being applied by these two plates, plate 1 and plate 2, or upper die or lower die. Okay, so in this rectangular block, if we see there is a center line which has been shown here. If we try or if we try to see the behavior of stresses from the center line, since it is a symmetrical component, it will be same either on left hand side or right hand side of your this center line. Okay, so since this your work billet is axisymmetric, the stresses in the right hand side as well as in left hand side will be having similar behavior. Okay, so let us concentrate one strip that has been taken in the right hand side. We can go through with any of the strip, but whether in left hand side or right hand side, but for example, we are taking the strip in the right hand side. Okay, so here you can see there is a small strip of width of thickness having dx. Okay, so the thickness of this strip is dx. Length will be equal to the width of your work plate, that will be equal to W. Okay, so dx is your strip thickness, then W is your length, and the height of this strip will be h, height of your rectangular block. Okay, and consider the forces acting on this strip. Suppose in the one side the stress is sigma x, and in other side the stress is sigma plus d sigma x. Okay, so d sigma x is nothing but it is the change of stress. Okay, change in stress in h direction. Okay, so what will be other force, other stresses on this strip? Since it is being compressed, there will be some pressure. Okay, so this pressure has been shown by the symbol, by the term P. Okay, and since there is flow of material, okay, so there will be resistive force because of friction. So this resistive force will be equal to, resistive stress will be equal to mu P. Okay, so P is perpendicular to the in this y direction, downward. Okay, similarly from bottom side you can see P will be in upward direction. Okay, and now we know that there are stresses P, mu P, sigma x plus d sigma x. Okay, these all stresses are acting on your strip. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to find out the force equilibrium on this strip. Okay, so for force equilibrium, what we have to do, we have to find out the forces acting on this strip. Okay, so for force equilibrium, we have to find out the forces acting on this strip. So on this strip, because of this this stress sigma plus d sigma x, how much force will be generated? If because these stresses are working on the area which will be equal to h w, where w is width of your rectangular block. If you calculate the area of this strip, what will be the area? Height multiplied by length of this strip. So length of this strip will be w. Okay, so this stress sigma plus d sigma x will be acting on the area h into w. Okay, similarly the area for this stress sigma x will also be hw, and this this pressure, this will be acting on the area for this pressure will be dx multiplied by w. Okay, similarly for mu p, this will be dx multiplied by w. Okay, so now we will come to the force equilibrium. We will try to the force equilibrium. Here you can see the equilibrium equation has been written here. Okay, for the we are taking we are considering right hand side. So in right hand side, sigma x plus d sigma x, here it is written sigma x plus d sigma x multiplied by area of this strip. So area of this strip will be HW. So this should be HW. W has been removed in this equation because W is common. It has been simplified equation. But initially for force equilibrium, what will be the value? C sigma x plus d sigma x multiplied by HW. Okay. Similarly, for sigma x, this will be sigma x because this is in negative x direction. So it has been taken as minus sigma x into h. Similarly, mu p is working in negative x direction. So minus sign is there, minus twice of mu p at bottom surface and bottom surface and upper surface. So it is 2 times minus 2 mu p dx into w. Since w was common, so w has been eliminated. Okay, and the simplified equation has been written as sigma x plus d sigma x into h minus sigma h into h minus 2 mu p dx equal to 0. Okay, so there is any confusion in this equation, any doubt in this equation, any clarity which is needed in this equation? Sandeep, anybody who is having any doubt in this equation? How this equation has come? Sigma x plus d sigma x into h minus sigma x into h. Okay, so if there is no doubt, then I will continue. Okay, similarly, you can write force equilibrium. Yes.
So I wanna raise one doubt here that consider means in which means x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinate means if we will understand means what I'm trying to say
अच्छा,
is
ये x y coordinate किस direction
yes
में
sir,
लिए
yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, so I think it is Sasank.
Yes sir.
Okay. So Sasank, you know this length. I think you can see my mouse moving. This is your x direction. Okay.
Yes sir.
If you are okay, and this is normal xy plane actually. Okay. So here you can see this x direction is shown here. Okay. X direction is shown and y direction is shown. You can see here na in this center line.
Yes sir. Sir,
okay.
Actually today I am studying with mobile, so you can just zoom the page on your screen so that it may clear for me. I was not able to see that coordinate part from my mobile.
Okay, now it is fine.
Yes sir.
Okay, so here you can see it is sigma x. I have zoomed it more for more clarity. So this is your x direction and this is your y direction. Okay, and this part I think it is clear that stresses in left hand side and right hand side of to this center line will be having same pattern. Okay, I think there is no doubt because this part is axisymmetric. ठीक है ना?
Yes sir.
ठीक. Okay. So this way, this any doubt in this equation? This equation is fine na? There is it is clear. Sigma x, how this equation has come? Sigma x plus d sigma x, or I have to repeat. Sasank, repetition is required or it is clear?
No sir. No sir. Just simple force balance.
So in you know slab method only you have to do this force balance is required. Okay, so you have to be very you know careful while doing this force balance. Okay, simply in the left hand side, if you try to see in the left hand side, only difference is that this sign will change. This frictional force will be will be in positive x direction. D sigma plus D sigma x, this negative. Okay. So here you can see uh, D in left hand side, what has been done, sigma x plus D sigma x into H minus sigma x into H plus twice of mu p dx. Okay, so in this left hand side, uh, uh, you can see. Okay, so so if you combine these two equation 4.1 and 4.2, you will find that these terms sigma x into h may be cancelled out. Okay, so this will be h d sigma x plus minus twice mu p dx. Okay, if we combine equation 1 and 2, this will come like this. Okay, so minus here it is mentioned that the minus sign in upper side correspond to the right hand side, and plus sign correspond to the left hand side. Okay, so from now we will come, this is our final equation, h d sigma x minus plus twice mu p dx. Okay, now we will come to the yield criteria. So you might have studied under your manufacturing process course, there are von Mises criteria, yield criteria, Tresca yield criteria. Okay, so consider this principal stresses in x direction, y direction, and z direction as sigma 1 and sigma 2 and sigma 3. Okay, so we are considering principal stresses in x direction as sigma 1 and in y direction sigma 3. Okay, so under von Mises criteria, we know that sigma 1 minus sigma 3 equal to 2k. You might have studied this von Mises criteria. Okay, so here, since sigma 1 and sigma 3 are principal stresses and k is your flow stress in shear. Okay, so sigma 1 will be equal to sigma x, and sigma 3 will be equal to minus p or equal to sigma y. Sigma 3 will be equal to sigma y, which will be equal to minus p. Okay, so if we put these values in this equation, sigma 1 minus sigma 3 equal to 2k, this will become sigma 1 means sigma x plus p equal to twice of k. If we differentiate this, this will become d sigma x equal to minus dp. Okay, so this way we will put the value of d sigma x in this equation. Okay, here from this equation 4.3, h d sigma x minus plus twice of mu p dx. If we put value of d sigma x in this equation, what you will get, d sigma x will be replaced by minus dp. Okay, so the this equation will become minus h dp minus plus twice of mu p dx. Okay, this can be rearranged as dp upon p equal to minus plus twice mu p upon h into dx. Okay, so I think this is simple mathematics. It should be clear to till now. It should be clear to all of you. Okay, so if you integrate this term, this equation 4.7, you will get natural log of p minus plus twice mu upon h into x plus some constant. Okay, so some constant c1, c2, or a, whatever you want to write. Okay, so if this is your equation which has come by integrating this equation 4.7. Okay, so this is simple mathematics. I don't think you will face any difficulty in integrating this equation. Okay, So if this again can be rearranged as since it is natural log. So in order to remove this natural log, we can put e to the power left hand side equal to e to the power right hand side. Okay, so if we take e to the power natural log of p, this will become p, and this will be e to the power twice of mu hx plus some constant. So since it is a constant, this may be replaced by another constant, which is has been taken as c. Okay, so here p will be c multiplied by e to the power minus plus twice of mu upon h into x. Okay, so till here this is simple mathematics. There is no confusion, I think, up to this equation number 4.9. Okay, so now let us come to the your original diagram, which was here. If you see here, it is this is your x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. If we move in right hand side, this value will be by2 at the extreme end, and in the left hand side, this will be minus b/2. Okay, so if we see the value of x will vary from minus b/2 to plus b/2. Okay, so if you try to see, sigma x will be maximum at the center line. Sigma max will be maximum at center line, and we as soon as we move away, this sigma x will be 0 at x equal to b/2. That is the extreme right point or extreme left point. So sigma x will be equal to 0 at x equal to minus b/2 or plus b/2 here, which is mentioned here also. Okay, if we put the value of sigma value of x as b/2, we can find out the pressure acting at extreme corners in your forging operation. Okay, so pressure at x equal to b/2 we can calculate as equal to c multiplied by minus twice mu upon h into b/2. X has been value of x is b/2, so this is twice mu upon h into b/2. So this will become c into e minus mu b upon h. Okay, but from the trace, this one misses yield criteria. We can put the values sigma this b/2 equal to twice k minus sigma x into b/2. So since this value sigma x at b/2 is 0, so the pressure at x equal to b/2 will become twice of k. This term is 0. Okay, so this way, by comparing equation 1, equation 4.10 and equation 4.11, we can find out that the final equation for the tool work interface in the right hand side can be written as P equal to twice k e to the power twice mu upon h into b/2 minus x. Okay, so this has been rearranged p/2k equal to e to the power twice mu b/2 minus x. Okay, so this is a simple mathematics. If you do it your own self, then maybe things may be clear in a better way. Okay, so this way we can get we can find out the pressure acting on right hand side or left hand side. So in the left hand side, the formula which is coming P upon 2K, this minus sign has been replaced by plus, okay, e to the power twice mu upon h into P upon 2 plus x. Okay, so from this formula we can find out the maximum value of P upon 2K. Okay, so this maximum value, if you see this, the maximum value will be at x equal to 0. So where is this x equal to 0? In this formula, or in formula equation number 12 or 13. You can see the maximum value of P upon 2K will be at x equal to 0. Okay, so if you see, where is your x equal to 0? X equal to 0 is at your center line. Okay, so here we can conclude that maximum pressure or will be at center line, or maximum stresses will be on the center line. Okay, so from equation 12 and 13 indicates that the pressure increases exponentially as one move inward from P equal to 2K at both ends. Okay, so the maximum pressure value at center, that is x equal to 0, is P by 2K max equal to e to the power mu b upon h. Okay, so this may be further simplified, and this may be taken equivalent to this term mu b upon h may be taken equivalent to 1 plus mu b upon h for simplicity. Okay, so I think up to this there is no doubt. Sasank?
No doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So one doubt is,
Yes.
when we are solving the pressure distribution, isn't it possible that we take a small section and try to get tension from that? Means by that way, what was the method in the SOM? We have studied that tension process method. With the help of that, we will also able to maximize the value of pressure, means tension.
That you can do. There are multiple ways in mathematical modeling of metal forming processes. There is not you need not to go through one fixed way, but these are certain fixed mathematical work which has been done by many researchers. Okay, so you will find other techniques also. I will discuss in coming classes. Okay, so in slab
As I
method,
remembered, there was the result after on in the strength of material, after solving that whole equation. There was the
yes,
result that at neutral axis, at the cross section of the rod, the
yeah,
all kind of stresses are maximum at the neutral axis. That is at the middle of
yes,
the
yes,
cross.
yes. That way you can do. Okay, that is not a problem. Okay,
Yes,
ठीक है
sir.
ना संदीप? अरे शशांक, ठीक। तो हम लोग ऐसा नहीं है किसी एक फिक्स मेथड को पकड़ के ही जो है हम मेटल फॉर्मिंग प्रोसेसेस का एनालिसिस कर सकते हैं. These are the different methods which has been developed gradually. Okay, there are chances of improvement also. If when I was searching material related to this topic, slab method, I found that even people are doing PhD in the modification of these for improving these analysis mathematically. Okay, so for simplicity, we will continue. We will stick to the discussion which has been given in this book. Okay, but it is not limited. We can explore other methods also. Okay, so there may be improvements also in this slab method. Okay, ठीक. यहाँ से ये हमारा ये था P/2K. I think there is no doubt till here. Okay, so these are the certain pressure distribution graphs which has been shown for different values of mu. This is just for showing the pattern how the pressure rises in the case of your forging process. Okay, so this way we can predict. Okay, so I will just I wanted to tell you about how we have to proceed with your slab method. Okay, so ये जो portion है शशांक संदीप, ये आप लोग जो है I will share these this book chapter with all of you, and you can read out this different techniques that because I have discussed only for open die forging. Okay, so and under open die forging there are other conditions also. That previous one was sliding friction condition, then maybe sticking friction condition, that is high friction condition. Okay, so these are simple mathematical terms. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, I will share this this book chapter, whole book chapter. Okay, so we are having around 15 minutes more. So what I will do, I will quickly show some other implementation of this slab method in some other processes. Okay, so I will take I will come to the next topic, which is strip drawing. Okay, so how we can apply this slab method in your strip drawing. Okay, so under drawing you already know the material is drawn from a die. Okay, so take an example of this work part which is being drawn from this die opening. Okay, so die is having this kind of shape, and you can see this is your initial work plate which is being drawn through this die, and which thickness is getting reduced. Okay, so I have zoomed it for clarity, and I will read also. So initial height of your strip is HB, final height is HA, width of your strip is W. Okay, and height, initial height, this is final height HA, width is okay. So we are trying to understand, we are trying to apply slab method in this strip drawing process. Okay, so here also we will take some small strip of width dx. Okay, this is a small strip of thickness dx. Okay, so the stresses in left hand side are sigma x plus d sigma x. Stresses in the right hand side in x direction is sigma x. What are the other stresses that will be acting on this strip? That will be pressure force P and frictional force mu P. Okay, so since material is moving from left hand side to right hand side, the frictional force will be in this direction, left hand side. Okay, by certain angle. Okay, so here you can see there are stresses sigma x in right hand side, in left hand side sigma x plus d sigma x. There is pressure force perpendicular to this inclined surface. There is a frictional force parallel to this inclined surface. Okay, so if we complete this triangle, this is your origin. Okay, so we are taking all dimensions from this origin O. By completing this triangle, we are getting origin, and we are taking all dimensions from this origin O. So x has been taken from this origin O, and the thickness of this strip is dx. Okay, so the angle which is being this triangle, you can see this angle is 2 alpha, and therefore this angle will be alpha. Okay, so this line will be joined by an angle alpha from your x-axis. Okay, the whole angle will be twice of it, that it will become, it will be 2 alpha. Okay, so now we will try, we will try to find out the force equilibrium in this strip. Okay, so in x direction you have forces sigma x and sigma x plus d sigma x. Now we have forces, we have stresses P and mu P. So we have to find out their components in x direction. Okay, since we are taking equilibrium in x direction. Okay, so the component of first we have to find out the area on which these forces are. Okay, so what will be area of this on which this force P is acting, or the area on which the force mu P is acting. Okay, so the area will be, since it is dx, this is alpha, so this length of this portion will be dx upon cos alpha. This is dx, this length will be dx upon cos alpha. Okay, Sasank?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear now how this length will be calculated?
Yes,
this
sir.
inclined, this will be dx upon cos alpha. अगर कहीं समझ में नहीं आता है तो रोक लीजिएगा, otherwise it will be difficult for you to understand by self study. Okay, so this is dx, this length will be dx upon cos alpha. Okay, so we have find out this length, and for finding out the area under contact, what we have to do, we have to multiply it by the width of your strip, which is equal to w. So the area of this portion on which your force P is acting perpendicular, this will be d upon cos alpha multiplied by w. Okay, so w dx upon cos alpha will be the area on which your force P is acting. Similarly, this area will on this area there is a frictional force mu P. Okay, so mu P will also be working on the area d x upon cos alpha into w. Okay, so now let us come to this equation. Okay, so now since we are seeing we are trying to implement force equilibrium in your x direction. So here you can see sigma x d sigma x multiplied by h. Suppose h is height of your strip at this point, and at this portion, what will be the height? H in plus dh. This will be height of your strip in left hand side. So this height has been increased by dh multiplied by width of your strip. So this is force which is acting on the left hand portion of your strip. Okay, and in the right hand side, what will be the force? This will be sigma x into h into w. Okay, where h into w is area of this strip. So because since we are taking all dimensions from this O, h positive in left direction, so it is written as positive. Sigma x in x into hw will be negative. Okay, so minus sigma x into h. I think there is no doubt in these two terms. Then let us come to the next four component force generated because of this pressure P. Okay, so P is acting at certain angle, and which is acting on this particular area. Okay, so as we calculated area was W dx upon cos alpha. Okay, so there is no confusion. This area will be dw dx upon cos alpha. Okay, and if we multiply it by P, this will give the total force acting normally on this force. So P multiplied by dx upon cos alpha is the total force acting on this strip. Okay, so if we take the component of this force, this is your angle alpha, so this will be equal to cos alpha in positive x direction. So this pw dx upon cos alpha, we are taking sine of it, so that we can find out the component of pressure force in x direction. So this has been taken as sine alpha. So this force is acting in upper portion as well as in lower portion. So twice of pw dx upon cos alpha into sine alpha. Okay, I think this term is clear. Now let us come to the force component because of mu p. Okay, so mu, because of mu p, we have already calculated the area of or area on which this mu p is acting. This area is w dx upon cos L. And if we multiply it by mu p, this will give the total force acting in x direction. Acting on this strip. Okay, upper portion of this strip. Okay, and this, since this angle is alpha, if we take cosine of this force, this will give you the force acting in x direction. Okay, so this way mu p this force component due to friction in x direction has been calculated. We have taken cosine of total force acting in x direction. Okay, so why this again 2 has come? Because the same force will be acting in the bottom side also. This is the upper portion and this is bottom portion. So that is why twice of mu p w dx upon cos alpha into cos alpha equal to 0, because the total force acting for force equilibrium, the total force sum of all forces equal in x direction must be equal to 0. Okay, there is in this point there is any doubt, because this was simple mathematics. Okay, so what we are doing in the next step, we are doing sigma x into h. This will be cancelled out, and there will be one small term d sigma x multiplied by dh. Okay, and also we have eliminated w, because w is common in whole equation, so we have eliminated w in. Okay, and d sigma into dh will be very small term, because both these d sigma and dh are small quantities. So we have neglected this multiplication of this term, and we have removed for simplification. So the term which are remaining, sigma x dh plus h d sigma x plus twice of p tan alpha. This sin alpha divided by cos alpha will become tan alpha, plus cos alpha cancelled out. This will become twice mu p dx equal to 0. Okay, so up to this, I think equation number 4.32 is clear. There should be no doubt. Okay, so now we will see here. This value is x. This is your hy2 from this to this. If we take tan alpha in this triangle, so tan alpha will be hyx. Tan alpha will be, sorry, not hyx. This will be hy2. This length will be hy2. So hy2 divided by x will give you the value of your tan alpha. Okay, So we can calculate h equal to 2x tan alpha. So since h by 2 divided by x was equal to tan alpha, so we have calculated h equal to 2x tan alpha. Okay, so by differentiating this, we can get dh equal to 2dx tan alpha. If we put these values, the value of dh in equation 4.32, we get h d sigma x plus sigma x in bracket sigma x plus p in bracket 1 plus mu cot alpha in multiplied by dh. Okay, so this will can be simplified as h d sigma x in bracket sigma x plus p 1 plus b sigma in bracket, okay, d h equal to 0. Here this is a typo error. B is equal to let me clear here. B, this is not tan alpha, this is this is your cot alpha. This is not b equal to tan alpha. It is not tan alpha. This is b equal to mu cot alpha, because the value of b is mu cot alpha. So this is the error. You have to while when I will send this chapter, you have to be careful. Okay. So this we have got h dx equal to this equation we have got from after the analysis, h d sigma x plus p into 1 plus b dh equal to 0. Okay, and the same way we will do the force equilibrium in y direction also, and this will come to sigma y equal to nearly equal to minus p. That is pressure generated during drawing process. Okay, so sigma y is nothing. Sigma y is your again principal stress sigma 3, like previous example. So we can say sigma 1 minus sigma 3 equal to y. Using one basis yield criteria, sigma 1 minus sigma 3 equal to y. So we can put the values of sigma 1 and sigma 3. This will be sigma x plus p equal to y. Okay, so if we substitute these values in equation 4.33, this equation, h d sigma x plus sigma x plus p 1 plus p dh, if you put the value of this d sigma, okay, you will get sigma x plus p equal to y. If you put the value of p in this equation, you will get equal to y minus sigma x. Okay, so after substituting the value of p in equation 4.33, you will get d sigma upon b sigma x minus y 1 plus p d upon h. Okay, again simply like previous example, previous discussion, we can integrate this both sides of equation 4.38. We will get 1/b, since your y is constant, okay, and b is also constant. This is taking again there is a typo error. This is taking b and y to be constant and integrating this equation. It will give 1/b natural log of b sigma x minus y 1 plus b. Okay, so these are the simple mathematical calculations I think all of you can do. So this will finally reduce to which is important. You have to remember this equation only. This will finally reduce to equation 4.41 and 4.42. So sigma x a upon y, this will be equal to 1 plus b upon b, 1 minus ha upon hp, raised to the power b. Okay, so these two terms are important, which you have to remember. Okay, so I have already I think the time is already over. So now I will tell you, Sasank, are you all there or not? So what I will do, I will not discuss other processes. Okay, because now you must be having some idea of how you have to apply this slab method. Okay, you have to simply select some strip. Okay, and you have to simply do the force equilibrium in this strip. Okay, so you can do this apply this method in wire drawing also. I will share this document and you go through it. If you are having any confusion, then you can discuss me over telephone. So simply in wire drawing also, this small strip has been taken, and the same force by force equilibrium, these final equations are modeled. Okay, so this is the case of bar drawing. Okay, yes.
Other processes are important for exam में भी आएंगे वो सब?
एग्जाम में मैं उतना ही दूंगा जितना मैंने डिस्कस किया है, बट फॉर यू नो फॉर इफ यू वांट टू इम्प्रूव योर नॉलेज ना, it is better if you go through these other processes also. Okay, लेकिन एग्जाम में मैं कोशिश करूंगा उतना ही दूं जितना मैंने कवर किया. ठीक है, बट इट विल बी यूजफुल फॉर अदर यू नो इफ यू वांट टू go for GATE examination, then वहां तो कोई ऐसा नहीं है ना कि आपको जो पढ़ाया गया था वही पूछा जाएगा, है ना. So you go through these processes, it will take hardly half an hour. अगर आप अपने से करेंगे तो it will not take more than that. ठीक है, so you go through these and you will be able to that these are only mathematical term, but these are simple. You will not face any difficulty. So you can go for modeling of extrusion process, then extrusion of flat strip using your slab method. Okay, then for strip rolling, again here also you can see one small strip is taken, and in all method, all processes, what we are doing, we are simply doing force equilibrium in x direction and y direction. Okay, तो ये आप लोग मैं